You send an email with a small typo, and suddenly you are convinced you are going to be fired. Or a friend leaves your text unread, and you immediately assume they secretly hate you. That sudden, overwhelming spike in anxiety is a mechanical processing error, a specific set of cognitive shortcuts that automatically route your thoughts towards negative conclusions. We are going to map out exactly how those shortcuts operate, and then we are going to build a 3-step reality check framework to physically block your brain from jumping to worst-case scenarios. Standard advice tells you to just think positive, but that fails because a stressed brain does not respond to abstract happy thoughts. To break the cycle of overthinking, your brain requires tangible, written proof that the danger isn't real. So, step 1, grab a pen and paper right now, or open a fresh note on your phone. Title it Reality Check. Next, identify one specific current situation that is causing you stress. Maybe it's a recent mistake at work, an upcoming exam, or an awkward conversation you just had. Hold that specific stressor in your mind. By isolating that anxiety and preparing to anchor it onto a physical document, you have already taken the required first step to regaining control. The first cognitive distortion we need to dismantle is catastrophizing. This is your brain's reflex to bypass all logic and jump straight to the most extreme, damaging outcome possible. Take a student taking an exam. They step out of the hall and realize they completely missed one question. Their brain perceives this error and instantly catastrophizes. I failed the test, I'll fail the class, my entire life is ruined. To fix this, we use a 3-question timeline. We have to force the brain to chart the extremes so we can locate reality. Ask question 1. What's the worst case? Write down the disaster scenario. Ask question 2. What's the best case? Imagine everything goes perfectly.
Finally, ask question 3. What's the most likely case? You missed one question, losing 2 marks. The entire paper isn't ruined. When you physically write down the most likely, survivable case, your brain observes the proof. The catastrophizing shortcut loses its power, and your immediate anxiety drops. The second distortion primarily targets your social life. It's called mind reading, the assumption that you somehow know exactly what another person is thinking internally. Imagine your boss walks past your desk while on their phone. You say, "Good morning," and they keep walking without replying. In the silence that follows, the mental shortcut activates. You start concluding, "Why ignore me? Are they angry about my project? They must be upset with me." You are generating a fictitious narrative to explain their silence. To dismantle this, draw a line on your paper. Write your social assumption on one side and tangible proof on the other. But remember, emotional feelings don't count.
Are there irrefutable facts? In most cases, the evidence side remains completely empty. If you genuinely have zero physical evidence, you deploy the fail-safe, direct communication. You approach the person later and ask. Often, you'll find they were just distracted by the phone call. Forcing an evidence check shatters the illusion that you can read minds. It stops you from acting awkward or defensive based on a ghost scenario that never happened. The final distortion is all or nothing thinking. This is the brain's preference for absolute perfection or total failure, with zero middle ground. You go to the gym perfectly for 3 straight weeks, but then you end up missing a single day. The all or nothing distortion tells you, "I am completely undisciplined, I failed." This horizontal slider is the 1 to 10 reality scale, and it is the exact tool you need to measure actual performance against perceived failure. Draw a scale from 1 to 10 on your paper. Now, rate your overall situation objectively. Factor in all the days you did show up. When you map your consistency over a month, missing one day doesn't put you at a 0. Objectively, you are sitting at a firm 9. You are performing well above average. Plotting a high number on a sliding scale physically proves to your brain that a single error is a minor reduction. It completely shatters the all-or-nothing trap. Look at the document you just built. You have a 3-question timeline for catastrophizing, an evidence test for mind reading, and a 1 to 10 scale for absolute thinking. Physically writing this down supplies your brain with the hard, undeniable data required to entirely bypass negative assumptions. Each time you document these patterns, you are moving from simply feeling the anxiety to actively observing the mechanic. This repeated exposure allows the brain to recognize the mismatch between your fears and reality, eventually training it to abandon these shortcuts before the distortion can even trigger. These 3 distortions are just the beginning. Keep your notebook ready and click the video on your screen to uncover the remaining cognitive distortions that are holding you back and exactly how to fix them.